building, ready to play. The Lazy World News. Here's Sean Balint. Lazy World News brought to you by The Warehouse, the cool stuff store on New Street. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, Ray, an era of killer weather and a new ice age is just about upon us in the months to come. A biblical scholar believes a Hale-Bopp comet's effects and the El Nino will produce blizzards and flooding. Among the effects, they will combine to collapse the Gateway Arch.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 100-mile-an-hour winds will be routine, and hurricane season will stretch into January.
All right.
Story 2. You probably think the troubles at the Mir space station are due to age, Russian incompetence, or some cheapskate cosmonaut trying to make money by ripping apart Mir, selling aluminum from the space station. Well, it's basically an arm wrestling match between Jesus and Satan. That's right. That is what has put Mir in and out of danger. Experts say it's the first battle of Armageddon. Russia's Mir tracking station has picked up clear images of Satan when the Mir seemed destined for disaster, and when it recovered, Jesus appeared clearly on the screen.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
And speaking of Jesus, the Japanese are letting us in on one of the biggest scams in history. Japanese history experts say that Jesus himself escaped crucifixion and fled the Romans for the safety of Japan. He went on to live to the age of 106 in the town of Shingo. By the way, please God have mercy on my soul. This town is 350 miles north of Tokyo. Some 100,000 tourists a year visit the suspected burial site of Jesus. Experts contend documents found in a Buddhist temple south of Tokyo show Jesus' brother Izkure was crucified instead of Jesus.
Jesus was not crucified as his brother. Jesus moved to Japan.
That's right. Lived to 106.
All right.
And finally, while we're on religion, a South Dakota preacher finally got caught living a double life thanks to a newspaper mix-up. Reverend Charles Dunham operated a dial-a-devotion line for several years that was advertised in a local newspaper, but he also operated a man-to-man phone sex line that was advertised in another section of the paper. Now, one day the paper mixed up the numbers, of course, belonging to the same client. Now the Reverend doing phone sex full-time.
All right. So here's your stories. Some bad weather story. Mir in good evil battle. Jesus lives in Japan, and Reverend phone sex. Three of the stories are right out of the tabloids. One of the stories Sean made up. Lazy World News brought to you by The Warehouse, the cool stuff store on New Street. Let's go to contestant number 1, Kim. Hi, Kim. How you doing?
I'm fine.
You heard the 4 stories.
Yeah.
One of them Sean made up. Which one is it?
I'm going to say number 2.
All right. Mir in a good evil battle. All right. Hold on, Kim. Let's go to Dennis. He's calling our contestant number 2. Hi, Dennis.
How you doing?
Which one, buddy?
I'd say number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
And number 2 and 1.
Let's go to McCracken. Hey, McCracken.
Yeah.
Phil, my man. Which one?
I'm gonna say number 3.
You're saying number 3 as well.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Michelle, the weather babe.
I'm going with the guys. I'm going number 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nikki, our intern Nikki. Which
I have
one?
to choose something to block them.
No, that's bull. You do the damn answer, woman. You be honest.
Boy, I'm telling
you, be honest, I'm gonna stomp your ass
Sean,
in the
listen to
studio.
how you're speaking today.
Oh my!
You are very.
You do not
You are in a
talk to
mood.
me like that.
Will you please settle down, Sean?
All right.
I'll go for the Mir space station.
All right.
All right.
Rocky.
I will say number 4, the one about the Reverend sex line.
That's because you.
No, it's not.
You know what? You know
Thought it
what?
was number 4 to begin
I am not doing this. I'm not doing this to block Sean. I'm really not. I honestly feel that the Gateway Arch is not in a tabloid story, that Sean made that up, and it's El Nino, and anything that he would read on El Nino would have the little squiggle between the second N, and if he was making it up, he would say El Nino. So I'm going to go with number 1. All right? So we've got 4 stories. You have heard them all.
It's
one of them is
4. It's 4 or 1. I guarantee you.
I think it's 4 or 1. It's either 4 or 1. Yeah. Either Reverend phone sex or bad weather. We will find out in a minute which one it is. It is Lazy World News brought to you by The Warehouse, the cool stuff store.
Hey.
All right. We heard the 4 stories. We made our
one?
decisions on which one is fake. We cannot wait to see which one it is. This is actually, Sean, I'll give you credit. This is a good one today.
Heavy on religion.
Hard
I swear
to think about.
I have no issues with God.
Heavy on religion. However, I think that the bad weather one was the fake one. Rocky, of course, said Reverend phone sex. Michelle went with Jesus lived in Japan, and intern Nikki with Mir in good versus evil battle. Our listeners picked 2 and 3 as well. All right, Sean, what do we have? The first real story.
Well, Jesus living in Japan. So no, I didn't make this up. I'm not.
Jesus lived in Japan. Real story.
Someone
Hey,
else is gonna
Dennis.
help
Sorry,
with that one.
buddy.
Thanks.
Sorry, McCracken.
Yeah.
All right. Later, buddy. All right. What do we have, Sean? What is the next real story?
That wacky Jesus Satan battle for me.
I knew that one was real.
I bet they
Yeah.
even had like a picture of the computer screen too.
Sorry, Kim.
Yeah, actually, they do.
All right.
Sorry, hon. And sorry to Nikki. That means it's either me or Rocky Boy. I love it when they come down to a battle like this.
Would you like me to tell the winning story or the winning person?
Wow. Read the story, the last real story.
The era of killer weather and the Great War coming down.
Rocky wins again.
It just, and I know Rocky would have gotten this anyway, but I just was scared because he saw me typing the last story, and
And
I wasn't reading the tabloid when I wrote it.
so the fake story that you made up was
The preacher who had to dial a devotional line and a man-to-man phone sex line,
very
and the
nice.
numbers got switched
Well,
in the newspaper.
I tip my hat to Rocky.
Preacher is going to run both lines and be under the same.
Yeah. I tip my hat to Rocky and congratulate him on winning this week's edition of the Lazy World News. Brought to you by
The Warehouse.
There you go. That's fun.
Hey, kids.
I haven't heard one of those in a long time.
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, or watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears from a morning disaster. They got gas, 10% test fees and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
Yes, it is. Good morning, everybody. It is a Wednesday show. It's WAMBAH Wednesday, baby. In honor of Jimmy. Hey, WAMBAH Wednesday. You know what a WAMBAH is. I have no idea what a WAMBAH is, by the way. Yeah, we are here. Good morning. What's going on, people? How you guys doing? We started the show a little Lazy World News from 1997. Sean Balint and his, what was a pretty popular segment we did on the Morning Disaster. We would do that. I mean, Sean wanted to do it every day, but I think we did it at least once a week. But Lazy World News could have run. It could have run more than that. I mean, it was a pretty popular segment. That was every time we did it, phone calls were jammed and people trying to figure out which one was the fake one. That was fun to see that again. Fun to listen to that again on today's replay to get the show going. My name is Ray. Of course, I started the show Let me see what our first person in the chat room was. First person got the chat room. Yeah. Okay. So here's what happened. I woke up early today. I slept really good, and I got up really early. And then I was just laying in bed, and I was like, well, I could try to go back to sleep, or I could go do this work, or I could do all this stuff, or I could play a video game. So I sat down to play a video game, right? So in playing the video game, I was pitching a no-hitter. And I got really into the video game because I'm pitching a no-hitter, right? And as I'm pitching and doing well with this no-hitter, I get to the 8th and I still haven't given up a hit. And then I give up like 3 hits and 2 runs, and then I ended up losing the game, which sucked. But by the time I looked down the clock, I was like, "Oh shit, it's 8 o'clock." I didn't even realize how late it was, and I started the show, and so we got started a little bit late. So forgive me for that. My bad. But our first person in the chat room was Adam. Adam was the first person in the chat room. Congratulations to you, my friend. You once again win. Diane was first loser, followed by Steve and Cindy. They were all the first. But I'll tell you, another impressive feat is Fat 420 has now been the first person in a YouTube chat room for several days in a row. He's even beaten, and Steve was just in Facebook jail. And Fat 420 has actually beaten Steve into the YouTube viewing of the show several days in a row. And he says the reason why, he says, I'm not in Facebook jail. I just like the format of the YouTube a lot better. Yeah. So way to go, Fat 420. I see that you're the only person in there. Way to go, my man.
I do prefer YouTube video over Facebook.
I gotta be honest, I don't I'm sort of checking it out, and it is better. You know?
Like reading the comments and stuff like that is much easier.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I hate to say, have you ever dealt with Twitch or anything like that?
Not really.
The other show I do, the Weird Frequency show, we're doing the show is really particular. It's really, I don't know if you checked it out, but the show is about
aliens, right?
Well, not just about aliens, but it's about all that shit. You know what I mean? It's about stuff that I mean, the whole point of the show is it's a bunch of things that I find to be bullshit, you know. And the rest of the people and the guests and all that stuff is they believe in it. And
it's the antithesis of that one show that deals with aliens and
yeah. So we started out talking about. I just started this first show was me saying there is one thing that I don't think is bullshit, and that is this UFO stuff, because, you know, and we even give the reasons of why because even governments are now coming forward saying, yeah, there's something going on. But like last week was Ghost. I think ghosts are all bullshit, but that show is doing Facebook, YouTube, Google, or we're doing our YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and now we're even on Instagram. So I mean, they've expanded to that many things. So I think Morning Disaster should probably move on to Twitch, and, you know, just to have different options.
Yeah, different format.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it. So I mean, we're our biggest we're on YouTube and Facebook. That's where most of our viewing comes from, and podcast. The podcasts still get a lot of downloads. Although yesterday's podcast, for some reason, didn't go through, and I've got to get that taken care of. I'll get that up early today, but or at least try to get it up. There was a problem yesterday. So I'm trying to. I'm messing with all this different stuff, and it's amazing the different formats. My thing is, I don't want to go somewhere and get nobody watching. That would be, and I still don't understand what's involved on going live on a lot of this stuff. So, but I am doing it on one of the other shows, and I figure
Well, that's kind of the beauty of having this StreamYard thing, is that you can do it on multiple platforms.
Yeah, and I'm paying for the StreamYard thing, which allows all kinds of stuff that I'm starting to mess with. Stuff that I should have been doing all along that I'm just starting to get wet with. So I'm going to add new formats and all that stuff soon to this show. We already do it with the other show, Weird Frequencies, that I do. By the way, I understand that Weird Frequencies is not for everybody. I'm not forcing anyone to listen to it, but I just using it as an example. This is my joy, and my love is this show every day. So, I'm debating: should we send an invite to Steve, or do we think he's naked? Do we think he's naked? What do you?
I don't know.
What do you think? Are you afraid? I mean, I want to send it to him.
I'm always afraid.
Yeah. I'm always afraid as to whether he's wearing clothes or not. You know what I mean? Let's send one. And here's the deal. If we send him one, Steve has to immediately pick up. We send him an invite, he has to immediately accept it, and whatever he's wearing, that's what he's wearing. So you say what? You say what, Nick?
He's got a shirt on.
You think he's got a shirt on? See, I don't think so, because he had no idea it was coming today. But I don't know. I literally just sent it to him. I swear to God, he better not be in the bathroom. So I just sent it to Steve. So let's hope he picks up on it soon. By the way, Fat420 said IV log is getting big. Plus, you can have listener cams at the bottom. Have you heard of IV log? All right, there we go. There is Steve. I just added him.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Is that a sweater or
no? It's a blanket.
It's a blanket.
Please lift the blanket.
No.
Please lift the blanket.
Are you sure?
Yeah, lift the blanket. I want to see what
kids around somewhere.
Oh, he's wearing a shirt. Oh. You're right, Nick. He's wearing a shirt. Oh, damn it. I'll be damned. Huh. Well, you look good, Steve.
Thank you.
People in the chat would say we were playing Strip Steve.
Strip Steve.
Well, we can if you want.
No, we don't want to play.
We're good. We're good.
No one wants to play Strip Steve.
I could do a TikTok right too.
Oh, for God's sake. No one wants to see that.
Dance and
no one wants to play Strip Steve. That is not even a thing. Good Lord. Well, it's good to see you, Steve.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're wearing a shirt.
Yes, I am dressed.
I have let me see how I could share this. Hold on. I want to share I want to share this photo for everybody. But I don't even know. I'm trying to figure out how I do it. I guess I'd have to share the screen. I have a photo that I think you'll love, Nick. In fact, I know you'll love it. If I If I can get the damn window to open. Okay. All right, let me try to open. I'm trying to open a picture. If the stupid computer will let me open it. I don't know if the computer,
Jason.
I don't even know if
He knows.
maybe the computer finds the picture offensive and won't let me open it. Okay, hold on. Let's see what's going on. If you guys lose me, say something. Did you lose me?
No, you're still there.
No.
Okay, good, because I'm having there's whatever's going on here. There's some kind of problem, so everything sort of went dark for me. So just let me know. Let me know if anything goes wrong. Because I was trying to. There we go. I'm trying to open up a picture, but obviously it's just gonna. I don't think I'm just not even gonna open it. So it was a picture of. It was a picture of Fat 420 in the shower.
God,
And,
damn it. I'd split. I'd leave. This would be my last show.
So I guess I'm not going to show it. My
Well, you realize we went the whole show yesterday without discussing it.
yeah, it didn't even come up. His problem did not even come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe I should. By the way, Psycho Dan in the chat room says we could do Patreon and collect money for Steve to keep his clothes on. Oh, that's a good idea.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the new subscription tier of Patreon, where it will be Steve keeping his clothes on.
That sounds more like a like extortion.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Speaking of extortion, oh my god, and I'm not discussing this problem for help or anything. I'm just discussing this problem because it's something that I'm dealing with. So it's not me begging, but I got a bill for our show and the servers that we use, that we pay for. They're usually a certain cost, okay? Because we have a certain amount of listeners, and we use YouTube and Facebook stuff for a lot of the video, but podcast and apps and everything else go through my own server, which has been a regular cost monthly, right? Except we hit a new tier. We hit a new tier of usage. So I got the next bill. And the bill for, Nick, I think I shared with you guys what it was, what the regular cost was, right?
I don't know what the cost is.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you I'm going to review what the bill is that's due in August, okay? It's the bill that's due in August. I literally got it, and I got to be honest, I felt chest tightness. It's a good thing, but it was shocking. It was shocking how much the price has gone up. It's not. I don't think it's not thousands of dollars or anything like that. I don't want anybody to think that, but it just shocked me that it had gone up. Like I said, it's a good thing and bad thing. It's a good thing because the popularity of the show has finally hit this level.
Yeah.
But it's a bad thing because I wasn't ready for it. So I'll send you the how much more it is. Okay. But and I don't know if you'll freak out or not, but for me, it just sort of, from a good or bad thing, it was like, oh man, I'm going to send it to you on Facebook. So I don't want to go public with it.
Of course.
And tell me if I'm crazy or not. Cause maybe I'm just being crazy.
Well, I've never had a personal server that I paid for. So I don't have anything to base it with.
This is the increase. That's the increase.
That's the increase. That's not the total.
That's that's the increase in price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's yeah. But here's the total. I'm gonna give you the total. Maybe the total's not, I don't know. Maybe I'm not crazy, but it sure seems like it. Here's the total. Okay. This is why. Okay. That's why I'm either going to need. So, you know what I mean? So, this is why I'm going to need either more Patreons or more advertisers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's not a death thing, but it's,
That's I mean, for someone who's, to be honest, who's unemployed, that's a pretty penny.
Well, unemployed and looking to move. And by the way,
that too.
The rent difference from where we are now and what we pay monthly as compared to what it's going to be is a big amount. And by the way, and for my wife, it's my poor wife's the one who pays it, because I don't have a job. And I'm supposed to be, I bring in money through, some advertisers, mostly Recon Tech's been fantastic. I love Recon Techs. They're fantastic. But, and other advertisers and Patreon. And by the way, I don't make anything from that. That just goes to pay the cost.
Yeah, it's not like you're living a high life.
No, but I love doing the show, and and one of the reasons I started the other one is to try to get a little money from doing that stuff. But it's because I've got to, because as long as I can pay my bills. So, to pay my bills now, I've got to bring in more because, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be hard to, it'll be a little harder to do, and here's my wife doesn't make enough money. I mean, for God's sakes, can somebody hire my wife and pay her more money? I mean, let's face it, that she needs to have more money to pay for my hobbies. Yeah, I mean, that's the, so I got that in the mail and it just shocked me. And like I said, it's a good thing and bad thing. It's a good thing because our show is getting that popular, you know what I mean? That but it's a bad thing because of the cost, if any of that makes sense. And this is not me begging for money or anything. It's just I'm trying to explain why, if anything changes, that this is why, But and I wanted to ask you because I value your opinion. I know it's not excessively insane, but it's a steep increase, right?
It made my butthole tighten.
Yeah. And that's just my cost for the servers.
I know my wife would be like, why are we spending this money?
Yeah, my wife is wonderful, but I think she's got to be asking that question. I think she's going to be saying
something's got to give.
Yeah, I think she'll be saying
you're going to have a talk.
Yeah, I think she'll be saying you could just play video games. And it wouldn't cost us anything.
Yeah, it'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. So, hello, you're on the morning disaster.
Yes, this is listener Adam.
Oh, hey Adam, what's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. I just thought I'd call while you guys were talking about this.
Yes.
I really think that if possible, you guys should make higher tiers on Patreon. I mean, you know, my personal funds are limited, but I would still happily pay like up to $20 a month.
Yeah, I mean, here's my fear with it. I in all seriousness, I love doing this show. I love doing this show. It's my favorite piece of broadcasting I've done in 30 some odd years. And I do mean it. In 30 some odd years, this has been the funnest show I've ever done because it's fun because there's nobody is critiquing or telling me how to do it. No, I really enjoy that. So I'm sort of addicted.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sort of.
I would
addicted.
imagine with the added freedom from FCC, that really helps too.
Yeah. There's no FCC problem. There's no critique. Either you listen or you don't. There's no. I don't have to worry about and the advertisers I have are cool. The advertisers I have are people who they go with the flow. Like I love talking to Recontext. I'll talk to Derek. He's my friend. He's my friend as well, or Jeff Hendricks or those guys. I'll talk, but I never get from them, hey, we want you to do this. You know what I mean? I don't get orders from them on how to do things. And I really like that. And yeah, it's appealing when my wife says, and when my wife will eventually say, just play video games. You don't need to do this shit. However, I love the broadcasting. I love my listeners. I love doing the show. And for me, it's a sense of pride with the Patreon. I love the fact that the Patreon dollars that come in help me cover this stuff. But the Patreon, the money that comes in from Patreon, is nowhere near enough to cover the new server cost. I mean, it's just not. And I also have monthly costs for the phone app. Okay. So I could get rid of the phone app, but part of the servers going up is because the phone app has is so popular. So many people are listening to the phone app, but that's part of the reason that the server costs are going up. So, you know what I mean? It's all tied together. So if I raise the here's my problem. Right now on Patreon, if people get mad or if they get pissy or whatever, or they get some kind of attitude or whatever, they drop Patreon. And Patreon, if Patreon would somehow hide it, it would be cool. But they don't. It's really as soon as I go on Patreon, it says you lost $4 today. You know what I mean? And I gotta be honest, it kills me. Every time it feels like someone is standing behind me with a big spear, and they're stabbing me, and they're literally stabbing me in the back. That's what it feels like when I see stuff like that.
Because it's more personal.
Yes.
Than advertiser dollars.
Yeah, it's not. It's not even the. It's not even the money. It's just. It feels like. Because then I go, what did I do? What did I do to lose these people? Like, for example, this one guy was on for the Chubby Ray picks. All right. This guy was on. He was
Okay.
making a shitload of money using. Kathy says, "Hush up those kids." Adam, I don't know if you see that, but she's in the chat room saying, "Hush up those kids."
Instead of turn your radio down, it's turn down your kids, please.
Yeah, she's like, Adam, turn down those kids. Yeah. So, it's like I said, it's not even the money. It's I feel like, what did I do? This one guy, he's getting Chubby Ray picks. He's making a shitload of money. All right, this guy made. This guy made like $1,000 off of one fucking bet, right?
Okay, so not the most made off of one of your bets, but
yeah, but still,
you know,
I mean, the
pretty
guy,
close.
but $5 a month. $5 a month is how much a year? Nick,
that's like $60 a month,
right,
or $60
bucks
a year.
All right, it's $60 a year. You made $1,000. The guy doesn't even listen to the show. He's not even a fan of the show. He's just a fan of the gambling picks. Okay. And he dropped the Patreon subscription. It said so and so deleted his $5 a month, and I was like, are you kidding me? And it just killed me. And I was like, for what? And I went, and it was. I gave an NBA pick, okay?
Okay.
And I'd give it was a Clippers and Phoenix Suns game. And it was the time I didn't even know Kawhi Leonard wasn't going to play. And I had picked the Clippers, and then the guy dropped it. And that's all I can think of because he wasn't specific. And I'm like, this mother effer.
So because he couldn't make a pick himself.
Well, no, yeah, he makes the picks. I just give the advice. I give the picks, and then,
it's gambling. I mean,
I don't know if that was the reason or not, but if that's the guy made $1,000. He made $1,000 like less than a month ago off of one of my picks, and then the guy dropped the service because of something. So I was furious. So now you're saying if I create a newer, bigger tier for Patreon, here's the thing. I don't want to raise. I'm fortunate to get $5 a month from people. You know what I mean? Thank God. And then I have even really close friends of mine, friends I consider like brothers, like DC. Won't get a goddamn Patreon account. You think it would kill him? $5 a month, 16 cents a day. You think it would kill him? Yeah. And so now all of a sudden I want people to try to pay more. They're not going to do it.
Listen, I would happily, mainly because me being disabled. I usually get up at like 6 a.m. I listen to the app until it's time for the show. And then I listen to the show regardless of the day. And then if I need to listen to it any other way, I use the app or I'll listen to a podcast. And listen, I have access to Google Podcasts. I could listen to the podcast for free without the app if I wanted, but I don't.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, and I thank you. I don't know if raising a new tier, like for example, a daily disaster was just a bit a day. It was a classic, great bit, and it could be classic bits from anywhere, but every day is just a classic bit, and I'm thinking of adding that to a tier for Patreon, to where you get everything that Patreon gives you, which is the Friday and Saturday shows. All right.
Okay.
The Chubby Ray picks. But now I want to add the daily disaster tier, which would be, I don't know. I don't even know how much more money it would be. But if you are a member of that tier, you would get everything you already get plus a daily disaster clip every day. Would that be something?
Why can't you go to like $8 to do that?
Yeah.
Why can't you increase the time of the Saturday show? Like make instead of an hour and a half, make it 2 hours on Saturday. I know during the week you have your workout schedule, so that's why you're done by 9:30.
I would go longer if it weren't for the workout. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know, but I was thinking of stopping the Thursday free show, possibly, and then doing Patreon shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's something else I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Or I have complete classic shows. I do have complete classic shows, and I have all the Lytle and Lamb stuff. I literally have,
I think complete classic shows should be a premium thing. If you're going to do anything complete.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You like on Thursday afternoons, you could do a throwback Thursday disaster show,
and that would be a Patreon
in the afternoon.
Yes,
and I have complete Lytle and Lamb episodes. I have Ray Lytle from Texas. I even have my New York. Now I have ownership of my New York shows, by the way. I haven't even talked about this. I cut a deal with the company that owned my show in New York, and I have ownership over all those shows now.
Awesome.
I did. I mean, I don't know why I did it in case I die or whatever. If anybody has any ideas of what they can do with them, because I don't know, I don't know what I could do, but
Yeah, I mean,
at least
in
I
regard
own
to
them.
Patreon, give us listeners the opportunity to pay more if we choose.
I just don't want I don't want anybody.
Don't shut us out just because you don't think we should.
Well, here's the deal.
If we
want
believe in your show, give us the opportunity to put in and invest in you.
Well, I don't want people to say, okay, he's getting greedy, and then just drop this. It would kill me if I see a bunch of people are dropping the $5 a month service.
Well,
if you don't want
to, put in multiple tiers so that if people want to pay 10, they can pay 10. If they want to pay 15, they can do 15. If they want to do 20, they can do 20, or they can do 5, which everyone should, because it's a great deal, and that way people like me who want to do 20 can do 20, but people who maybe can't, like, I don't know, maybe Fat 420 could actually pay for a subscription, could do 5.
So the tiers I'm thinking of is the daily disaster, which would be a daily bit every day. It would just be it would go up as an audio clip.
Yeah.
And Holly says, as long as Ray doesn't call us $5 people losers. No.
Yeah.
I love my $5. I love you guys. The ones I call losers are those fuckers that listen to us for free, but refuse to buy anything. I get so angry. No. So I would never call you guys losers. Only if you if you come in second in the chat room.
At the $20 price point, maybe just say thanks to the high tier, people.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything super special. Just acknowledge that, they're really helping.
Yeah. No, they do help. And like, for example, I like what Steve did was he actually, and TJ used to do this too. Of course, that fucker dropped everything, but Steve, does his money, and he actually donated. He donated money because he knew Fat 420, and I'm not going to get into everything, but Fat 420 had new medicine come up. That's why he dropped. He got
that's life, man.
Yeah, he got type 2 diabetes. I'm sure he doesn't want me talking about all this, but he got sick.
Yeah,
and he had to get new medicine, and it cost so much that he had to drop his $5 Patreon thing. And and Steve said, "Here, let me pick it up. I want to pick up so many months of it, and then Patreon lets Steve give more. So I saw that it said Steve increased his donation for this month up to this much money. So that's how he covered Fat 420. So anybody can do that. Anyone can increase at any time. But you're saying so my daily disaster will go up to like
maybe like 10.
Yeah, you'll
from
get
5 to 10.
You'll get the regular stuff plus the daily disaster. I like what Nick said about the complete shows. We don't get complete shows. So now you're going to get a complete Lytle and Lamb show from 1991 or 92 or whatever. You're going to get this whole show. And if you have this tier, then you'll get a weekly classic show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that'll be another tier. And then if we decide to add a Thursday show or an extra show or do whatever, that's another tier. So this is all stuff that I have to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would think to change it to Thursday, make a Thursday Patreon show, and because maybe people aren't just saying, well, I'm not going to pay for this because I'm not even going. I'm busy on Saturday, so I would just be getting one show for $5 a month. Maybe change it to Thursday, make it Thursday, Friday, Saturday Patreon, and maybe some of those freeloaders, in order to listen, they're going to have to pay that $5 that they didn't normally pay because because I'm not home Saturday. I'm running around.
Yeah, I do. Saturday is our least listened to Patreon show.
Right.
I will say that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. But now the reason that I have to figure it out is because the costs are going up. I had no idea that was coming. And the people let me know. They let me know. Hold on. When is the date of the? It's due by August 6th. Is when that new thing starts. That number that I gave you, Nick, that starts August 6th. And by the way, I didn't give that to you. I'm not asking Nick for money. I want to make that clear. I had to share with somebody who I knew wouldn't say anything. And he's the only one.
Come on, Nick, pony up.
He's the only one I know who would keep it quiet. You know what I mean? So that starts August 6th. So I have time to figure it out, but I do have to figure it out. Because that's it's all coming. So yeah. And so Adam, you think doing the different tiers tiers would be the way to
because I don't think that I'm the only one who would pay $20 a month to support what you're doing. Well, I'm sure there's got to be others, or maybe someone might feel generous and do 20 for 1 month and then maybe go down to the 15 and just do as much as they can when they can. I'm just saying, don't say no before you give us the opportunity to say yes.
Cool. Awesome. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah. What you're saying does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm sure if your business was like McDonald's or something, or some restaurant, you would at least put something out there. And if people don't want it, they won't buy it.
Yeah.
But there might be people who would if you allowed them to.
I need to stop getting so angry too.
Yeah, that too.
I mean? I get so angry, over
Yeah, and I can understand where like Fat 420 and the situation between Fat 420 and Steve, because just the other day I had to drop $400 on a new glucometer setup.
Oh, Jesus.
Because my Medicare and Medicaid wouldn't pay over $1,000. so I had to pick up the rest.
Unbelievable. Yeah, just sucks.
But even with that, I'm still able to pay $5 a month, and I still want to help more.
I do appreciate it, and I'll have a discussion. And by the way, the person I would usually discuss this with is TJ, and he's the one who fled. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That's who I would usually have this kind of discussion with. And I hate to say it, I hate to publicly say it, he would usually have some good ideas.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, listen, if you ever want to talk like off air, I'm always available. Being disabled, I'm always willing to talk.
Oh, I
like if you just want to bounce ideas off someone that's outside of, the morning disaster setup, I guess, or whatever, I'm more than happy to hear you out.
Well, thanks, partner. I appreciate it. I scheduled a call with Derek from Recon, and now phone lines jammed because Adam's on it. So
yeah, and I mean, I would come on, with video, but like Kathy said, my damn kids.
I'm gonna look at what Fat 420 said, that TV log. Have you looked at that, Nick?
Yeah.
He said this TV log thing has some interesting stuff that I need to look at. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm looking forward to checking it to see if that's not another session that we can do. Besides, like I said, we do YouTube, we do Facebook, we're gonna do Twitch and all this stuff. So if I could find another one, that'd be cool. At least be at the forefront of it. So, but anyway, I appreciate it, buddy. I'm gonna free up the phone so I can so I can give Derek a call.
Yeah.
Thanks, pal.
All right, I'll see you in the chat room.
Later. There you go. Thanks to Adam. Yeah. Kathy says, I hear many podcast hosts thank the tier joiners by name. She says, thank you, Jim Thompson, for your tier whatever donations. That's not bad, right? That they, that's not maybe that's something. Or would you guys be cool if we did that? And I'll put that in the thing. If you get this donation, you have to I'll thank you every episode. See, I would think people would not want that to be public, but I guess you'd know if you're buying this donation that you're going to be mentioned on the episodes, Fat 420 says that thing is called iVlog and not IV log. Sorry. All right. So let me reach out to Derek. I want to call him because they have Recon Tex has Butch Patrick coming into town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about it. And I said I wanted to get the details. I can get them from Derek. Hey, Derek, it's Ray.
Hey, Raymond, how are you?
All right, but hey, listen, we were talking about you guys bringing Butch Patrick to town.
That's correct.
And that's in what, September?
September 24th, 25th, and 26th, downtown Springfield.
Okay, so, and this is for the Route 66 Festival?
Route 66 Festival, correct.
And you guys are bringing in Eddie Munster. And so it was funny because I asked everybody on the show, I said, all right, people in the chat room, listeners, do you guys still remember Butch Patrick? Every single person remembered Butch Patrick, who, by the way,
he's kind of an unforgettable guy.
Yeah, how long ago was he Eddie Munster?
Oh, God. It's
Like
been
50 years ago.
Quite some time ago.
When he was a little kid.
Yes.
I'll be damned. So you guys, what does it entail by bringing him in? You just pay a little something, or what do you have the rights for bringing him in?
Well, we went it to the show host, which obviously everybody's seen now, is Coop that does the Power Light show.
Yeah, Coop.
Him and Shaner's going to be taking over downtown. So
That's great.
I actually am friends with Coop, so we kind of got together and put our heads together and decided we wanted to bring one of the stars in. So we got a hold of Butch, and he was more than glad to come in, and he's going to bring one of the cars with him.
Cool.
He's going to bring the coach with him. So that'll all be set up downtown.
So does he do? Does he do car
now,
shows? Does he do car shows all over the country?
He does. He does. He's done several. Well, last year obviously he didn't do much, but this year he's got several booked. Us being one of them. But we'll have a stand downtown next to us, and
fantastic.
He'll be signing autographs. You can look his car over and talk to him, and he's a good guy.
Can you guys set up an interview for us with him, or do we have to go through his people, or I don't know what this gives you the rights for?
Let me find out on that, because I know a lot of this has to go through his people.
Yeah, I just want to,
and I've been kind of dealing with Coop a little bit, but I can find out for sure from him, and if we can get him on an interview, I'd be more than glad to.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get him on an interview like early September to plug it or something,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we can work something like that out.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, because I think it is awesome. You guys are bringing him in. When I saw it, I was like, that's kind of cool. Now, he'll bring in one of the vehicles from the show.
Yeah, they'll be bringing the monster coach from the show.
Awesome.
Everybody calls it Grandpa's car. I know it was sold a few years back, and he bought it. So that and the coffin car comes along with him. I don't know. We haven't been told the coffin car will be here, but that we know the monster coach will be here.
There's certain cars from certain old TV shows that still make the rounds. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The Batmobile from the 60s TV show, the Munsters cars. What other TV shows have cars that are still going around? Are those the ones? I mean, those are the only ones. The Munsters vehicles and the Batmobile are like the only ones I remember that still go around, right?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
The Dukes of
actually,
Hazzard?
believe it or not, there's a museum in Volo, Illinois that has a lot of the old show cars. They've bought a lot of them.
Really?
They do take them out, yeah.
Steve just said that the Dukes of Hazzard car still goes around. Is that true?
Yes, the Dukes of Hazzard car's out. The Scooby-Doo mobile I've seen out and about. The Turtles.
Really?
The
Green. Holly says the Green Hornets car.
Green Hornet car I know is in Volo, but I'm not sure that they bring it out. I've not seen it out and about.
Have you guys ever done one of those famous cars like that?
We did years ago. It is very interesting. There's a lot of parts and pieces that I'll give Coop credit for. He's done a lot to get this all put together for us.
I'll be damned. Like, what if the Partridge Family bus? What if the people that do the Partridge Family bus says, hey, we're coming to town. Hey, Recon Tex, would you guys give us a wash or coating? Could you guys do something like the Partridge Family bus?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've actually done it for Oscar Mayer here a while back. We got some of their vehicles in and got them cleaned up.
Really? I'll be
while they were in
damned.
town. Absolutely.
By the way, you guys did. I think I talked about this the other day. You guys did my wife's car. And I got to tell you, she would not stop talking about the car and was basically implying that Joe and Mike were even better people than me.
I wouldn't go that far now.
I know that's not true.
They're good guys, but I wouldn't go that far. We did tell her she needs to keep up on it, and if she brings it up, we'll keep it cleaned up for her. That's no problem.
My wife was so, before she did, she goes, oh my God, she had to take our dog to the vet in the car. And so there was, I don't know what happened on the seat, but something happened on the seat that she was really, before she took it in, she was very sensitive about it. And she said there was no mention of it or anything. You guys just, detailed the car and, she said nobody made fun of her or anything. So
No.
I said, yeah, trust me, they've seen worse. I mean, I said they've taken care of cars after people have been shot in them.
Oh, yeah.
It's worse than, a little dog poop or whatever the hell she was worried about. So I tried
We
to
do a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't want to do.
Yeah, I try to explain. Like anybody who has a dirty car. So don't be like, oh my God, I have something happen and I have somebody spit tobacco and it went on the back. Don't freak out because of that. Trust me, these guys have seen worse.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like they're in there touching it, playing with it. They just clean it off. There's chemicals that hit it. And so
exactly. Get in, get it cleaned up, and get out of it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother them at all. So, and I was trying to explain it to my wife. I'm like, they don't care that there was a little bit of dog poop. They don't care.
Nope.
And she was like, oh, they're going to be disgusted. They're going to talk about me behind my... No, they don't. They probably didn't even notice it. So just...
They notice it. But, like I say, I mean, we don't... Everybody... My vehicle's not the cleanest. Believe me, by me owning a detail shop, I don't have time to clean my own vehicle. So mine's worse than anybody. I can tell you that. Mine is filthy.
But I mean, it's not like Mike and Joe are going, oh, look at this. Bring everybody over. You guys have got to see this. It just doesn't happen that way.
No.
And
no.
I was trying to explain it to her, but yeah, you guys, the way you made her car look was, she was amazed and blown away by it. And then she was saying, oh my God, they did. I got to be honest, I got kind of sick of it. I was like, oh, they did such a good job. Oh, they did such a good job. And,
that's what we like to hear.
And then she was sort of implying that they're not lazy like you. There was a lot of that stuff. So that wasn't my favorite, but you guys made her feel good, and it was at a very good time. So I want to publicly thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate that.
It was really amazing. It was really amazing. And now, when Butch Patrick comes to town, have they already, like, as part of the deal? Okay, I'm coming to town, but I want you guys to give a once over to the vehicle or any of that stuff.
It's been in discussion. We haven't buttoned everything down yet. We've got there's several things that have to be put into place first. And that's what we're working on now, is getting everything finalized and buttoned up. And because we've got a show 2 weeks before that out of Tower Light that we're going to be bringing a couple stars in for that one. So
I mean, that's a crazy time. That's a crazy time for you, right? Because literally people come from out of town with their vehicles.
September is our busiest month of the year.
Yeah, they come from out of town. So everybody, like, if they're coming from, say, Chicago or whatever, they go, hey, make sure to schedule into Recon so they can give us a complete, detail and wash before the show, because the car's got to look good,
Yep, we've had people come in from California that's come in to get their cars cleaned here before they go to the show.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So you guys, if you guys ever want to see some of those fancy cars, just hang out at Recon the week during the shows, and that's when it happens. So the car shows they're starting back up.
Yes.
The
car shows are in full swing right now.
The pandemic, thank God, the vaccination levels are hitting where they need to be, so we can get some of this outdoor stuff going, man. I'm telling you,
absolutely.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That we're having these outdoor events again is actually the coolest thing. So
we have missed them for sure.
Yeah, I wish that Missouri pick up their numbers so people wouldn't be freaked out. The only thing I hear about Illinois is people go, well, those Missouri numbers are kind of scary. Maybe I won't go to Illinois. But listen, we're fine in Illinois. We're around here. We're not even having the problems they're having in Missouri because we're at whatever levels we need to be. So I wish people would stop holding that stuff against us and we can get back to full swing. I know the state fair is definitely going to go on.
Yes.
And there is going to be these car shows are and that's in August, and then the car shows are all coming in September. So we're getting back to normal around here, thank God, and it's finally happening. Last but not least, Fat 420's in the chat room asking if you guys have come up with a Ray Lytle special. So where people say
we need to do that. Well, we do. And I'll tell you what I'll do, Ray. I will be closed Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Me and my guys are actually headed for Tampa, Florida, to look at another location down there. So we're going to head out tomorrow and go down for a quick little vacation and check out a new spot. And when I get back next week, we'll get something put together for you.
So these work trips for you are Hawaii and now Tampa Bay?
Yep.
Are you choosing places to buy or places to get in business with based on the location?
Not necessarily. We used to have a location years ago in Tampa area, and it's kind of went by the wayside. The guy really didn't do a whole lot with it, so we're going to go down. I've got 2 guys that's in that area that really want to get up to speed on it, so we're going to go down, give them a hand, and kind of show them some of the ropes and see if we can't get them moving. We've got a location in San Diego that I go to usually about once a month, if not twice a month. We do training and stuff like that. Like you said, Hawaii. I've got another Hawaii trip going to be coming up here soon. Canada.
Oh, you going to Canada now?
Oh, yeah. We have 3 locations in Canada right now.
I
have 76 locations altogether so far.
What's the best trip?
The best trip?
Yeah. What's the funnest one where I know a lot of it's work, but where's the funnest one where outside of work where you go, this is the coolest town?
Outside of work?
Yeah.
Probably Cancun, Mexico. I love Cancun.
Cancun's nice. Yeah, I've been to Cancun. It's awesome.
Yes.
So even
Very
Hawaii,
awesome.
even Hawaii is not. Is Hawaii nice?
was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected it to be, but like I said, I mean, we went down for training, we went down for work, so I didn't get to see, I got to see a little bit of the island, but I wasn't out to enjoy myself. We were there for work, so. And a lot of these trips are like that. I mean, we go down, we train different companies, get them up to speed, get them certified, and then we're in and out in 3 or 4 days.
Well, San Diego's got to be nice too.
San Diego is okay. I've been there enough now that I kind of know my way around finally, and it's a nice area, very nice area.
I
would never live there, but it's a nice area to visit.
Yeah, I had a relative that lived there once, and they loved it. They loved it, but the things that they had problems with were big problems. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they loved the area, but the parts that were annoying were very annoying.
Yes, absolutely.
Fat420 says, "Can you guys get the heavy weeds? Can you get the heavy weed smell out of a vehicle?"
Absolutely, we do it all the time.
Yeah, I can tell you that. You guys, when I took my car in, last time I got detailed, and they've detailed my car more than once, but the last time I got detailed, I had a smell. I had fart smells. I had some fart smells in that car, and they were eliminated immediately. So I can imagine getting weed smell out of the car would be nothing for them. Because you guys,
we've actually a vehicle a couple weeks ago and brought in, and it had cigarettes and weed smell in it, and we got that right out for her. She's allergic to it, so
oh wow!
I mean, we completely eradicated it.
Yeah, and I don't know what chemical you guys use, but it smells cleaner than even when you buy a new car.
Yep.
I don't know how the hell it works.
We tell everybody it kind of smells like a swimming pool when we're done.
Yeah.
It's got a real high chlorine content to it. So, I mean, I always make sure that whenever we do stuff like that, I always ask the customers, are you allergic to anything chlorine? Because it does have a high chlorine content.
Corey's in the chat room asking, I don't even know what this means. He says, Ray, please ask Derek if they treat conveyance tops.
If what now?
He says, please ask Derek if they treat conveyance tops. I don't even know what he means by conveyance tops. Is that some type of top for a Jeep or something? Or
some of the juices we can get out. I don't guarantee 100% of stains come out. I mean, nobody will. We give them our best shot. I do have a lot of chemicals that a lot of companies don't have because obviously we make our own. So I do have a lot of chemicals that we can use inside of vehicles that will pull a lot of those stains and stuff out. Something like that. If you've got a stain, you're not sure that it'll come out, bring it up and we'll take a look at it and see if we can get it out for you.
Yeah, I don't even know what a conveyance. I don't even know what a conveyance top is.
I got a quick
convertible.
question for Derek.
Wait. He's a convertible top. Adam says maybe he means convertible tops.
Yeah, we can clean convertible tops. Absolutely.
So, is that what you mean, Corey? Did you mean to spell? Did you mean to say convertible? Oh, he says yeah. He says I meant convertible tops. Stupid autocorrect. So yeah, convertible tops are no problem for you guys, right?
Yeah, we can clean those.
Like you're talking about the convertible top on like a Sebring or something is sort of I don't even know what that material is. I love when I had, by the way, I had a Sebring convertible. I loved it. And that top was made out of, I don't even know what that is. It's a
cloth material.
Yeah, but I wish I knew what the hell it was made out. It's like, it's plastic and cloth or whatever, but
Yeah, they have like a vinyl insert in them.
yeah. And they last and everything, but some of them will they get dirty or fade or whatever. So you guys can keep them black or whatever the hell whatever the hell. I guess if you clean it, it looks good. You guys can clean those.
Yes, absolutely.
Those vinyl convert. Yeah, Corey, they'll take care of you. Yeah, bring the bug by. They will definitely
Bring it by, we'll get it cleaned up for you. That's not a problem.
And meanwhile, DC's in the chat room. He says, Derek, can you guys get rid of the horrible smell of failure? Can you get rid of the horrible smell of failure out of a car? And he's wondering if you can get that out of Sean Bolin's car.
I've managed to get all of them out but Sean Bolin. That's the only one we cannot get out.
I got a quick question for Derek.
I don't think that failure would ever come out.
Go ahead, Steve. What's your question?
Derek, do you guys have a product that can take scuff marks off a plastic bumper?
Off of plastic bumpers, yes. Depending on as long as they're not deep and scratched down inside of them, then yes, we can get those off.
No,
there.
they're not deep. They're just, it's my mom's car, and she scrapes the garage door with her 2020 Camry, and she's got some really light scuff marks on the paint.
Yeah, bring it on by. We'll take care of it.
I was somebody's
cool.
in the chat room. Somebody's in the chat room last week and was talking about they had a scratch, and they said, "Do they do anything for scratches?" Yeah, if you listen, in all seriousness, you guys, we talk about the detail and the washing of cars at Recon, but listen, bring your car by. If you have any problems with your car, just bring it by, and they'll let you know if it's something like if it's a little thing like that, they have stuff that can take care of it. So
absolutely. I fly out and train guys on how to, what we call scratch removal and things like that. So, I mean, we actually go out and train guys how to remove stuff like that, how to identify stuff. So yeah, I mean, all of our guys are trained and know exactly what they're looking for. So
no matter what the car is, they can take care of it. I mean, I want to say, listener Kathy, her husband's got that car that he loves. I don't know if Kathy said.
Oh, the little Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah,
love that car.
Yeah.
Yep.
He loves that car, and they brought it by. He was asking you to get whatever done, and you guys knocked it out, and I know that you took care of her. I know you took care of her husband's car, and they loved it. No matter what the car is, even there's nothing they can't do. All right, so give them a chance to tell you, no, we can't do that. Or this is one of those situations where, Derek, I know you said you've had people before where you say, well, yeah, we can. I don't think we need to, but we can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it's something that the customer, if it's something that we can take care of, that what we consider is just a small thing, and the customer, believes that it's a big drawn out process, we'll explain to the customer the processes and the things that we do to do what needs to be done and show them the pricing difference. If we don't have to get, too deep into it to get what that customer's wanting, absolutely. We'll go the cheaper route for them. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. We try to make every customer happy.
But you've had people where they say, hey, I want you guys to give me a full tsunami thing. And you might think, well, you could probably wait a year, but they'll say, no, I want it now. I mean, Do you have that situation where you go, okay, if that's what you want, we'll do. You could have waited a year, but we'll do it now. I mean, do you ever
Yeah,
have?
and I mean, we have different options. I mean, if a customer comes in and says, well, I really can't afford that one, but this is what I can afford. We can usually tailor things to your needs.
Okay.
So we can usually work around stuff like that.
So if someone wants to pay more or less, you can. But I'm talking about somebody who, like, they say, I want a complete tsunami. You know what I mean? And you say, well, you can wait a year if you want. They say, no, I want it.
Yeah, we get customers like that.
You're not going to talk them into waiting the year. You'll do it now if that's
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll be
We get
damned.
people that call from the dealership while they're signing paperwork, and they deliver the car right here.
Yeah, I wonder why the dealerships don't send things over there. And maybe they do, and you're not allowed to talk about it. But I'm just saying, I wonder if God knows what's getting done. Because you're right. People buy they'll send somebody will buy a brand new car and send it over to you. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
My daughter drives a brand new car. And after my wife's got done, my daughter bought her car, I think, in May of 2020 or June of 2020 is when she bought the car. And now she's like, oh my God, mom's car looks so good. And I'll be like, she's like, I want to get my car. And I go, honey, your car's not even a year old. You know what I mean? For God's sake, clean it yourself.
You would be surprised. I actually have people that will pick up a brand new car and bring it to us and say, hey, we've dealt with you guys for years. We want our car your claim, not dealership claim. I mean, you got to expect some of these dealerships. I mean, you can't go out and detail a car in 15 minutes while the customer's waiting up front and do a good job. I mean, there's just no way. It's not possible.
What's the smell? It's the smell.
Exactly.
I think that's what my wife's car smells so good. I think that's why my daughter, even though her car's new, she's like, I want to get my car to smell like that. So it is weird. Whatever drives people, whatever inspires them, you guys can do it. That's the point I'm making. So
absolutely.
Anybody out there, anybody listening, anybody watching this, just call Recon Text 670-1132 and they can take care of you. They can take care of your vehicle. And I got to tell you, they're also bringing Butch Patrick in for the Route 66 festival. And you're saying that's now Shaner and Coop are the ones putting that on.
Yep, Shaner and Coop will be putting that on.
Two good guys. It's awesome. That is awesome.
Absolutely. It was good to hear because it was starting to go downhill a little bit. And
we needed to become. Listen, now we're opening back up after the pandemic. We need a good event. You know what I'd like to see is one of the guys who's left alive from the Monkees. Because I know Davy Jones died. I think maybe
I believe there's only two left to my knowledge.
Maybe one of them come in with one of those Monkees cars one of these years.
That's a possibility.
I would love to meet.
We try to work every year. Coop is big on these stars and stuff coming in. So we kind of try to work with him every year to get somebody new in. And I mean, they had the Brady Bunch in last year for one of the car shows.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yep. They had that out of Powerlight, out of Knights Action Park.
I'd like to meet like a Mickey Dolenz and see one of the Monkees cars or something. See, that'd be kind of cool. Well, it's awesome. Listen,
we'll work on that.
Maybe we can get an interview with Butch Patrick. So
I'll work on that for you and see what we can get done for you.
Thanks, partner. It's always good to talk to you. Listen, have fun in Tampa Bay.
We will.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Raymond.
There you go. It's Derek, everybody. Thanks, buddy. Awesome. There you go. I love how every question Derek's really positive. We'll fix it with it, except the Sean Bolent car. Whenever we talk about Sean Bolent, even he says the car smells like utter failure. They can't get the smell of utter failure out of the car. By the way, Bolent's car is messier now. Messier now than it's ever been. Anybody who's listened to this show for a long time you've heard of Garbage Car. Before Steve's tumor, Garbage Car used to call in.
Hello, Raven. This is Sean Balint's Garbage Car.
And the Garbage Car, we had pictures of his car where there was so much garbage in the front seat and back of the car. Every day he'll go through like a fast food place. And when he's done with the meal, he just crumples up the bag and he tosses it in the seat next to him. He had so much garbage and filth in that car. And then, all the fast food stuff leaks out from the bags, and it was just disgusting. Last week, like, I drink these Fairlife things. You guys see this bottle? And it's a protein drink. So I drink that, and I drink it during the show. And then when I go work out, I grab a bottle of it, and I chug a bottle on my way to workout. And so I was getting done with chugging the bottles, and I screw the top back on, and I toss it. I toss it on the floor of my passenger seat, right? So here's where I'm going with the story. A couple weekends ago, there was a rental place, and I want to say Holly or Cindy or one of our listeners sent me a Facebook of this place. And they said, hey, I thought of you when I saw this rental place. And I got the address and wanted to look at the place. And so I get to my wife. She goes, oh, I want to drive by and see this location. I say, great. She goes, yeah. So let's get out there around noon, and maybe it was a Sunday or whatever. She goes, I want to get out there after we wake up and everything. I want you to drive me over there so I can see it. Okay. So we're going to go in my car. Now, we usually, we have separate cars. My wife, my daughter, and I have different cars. So we're constantly, we very rarely ride together. Unless my daughter's going to the store with my wife, and then they'll jump in my wife's car. Or if my wife wants me to drive her to like look at a house or something, then she gets in my car. So we go outside, we get in my car, and I jump right in. Except she opens the passenger side door, right? And she goes to get in, and she can't even put her feet down in front of her because of all the empty Fairlife and water bottles and masks that were on the floorboard. And so my wife's, and I go, come on, let's go. And she goes, your car is so fucking dirty. She goes, and it hurt me so much. She goes, Sean fucking Balint would laugh at your car as to how dirty it is. So my wife runs back on the house, and she grabs a garbage bag. And I'm not talking the dog shit bags. Like she goes to certain places and gets groceries, or gets or Walgreens or whatever. And they give those little bags. Well, we save all those bags. And so when she walks the dog, she picks up the dog shit and puts it in those little bags, right? I'm not talking that size bag. No, I'm talking she goes inside and grabs one of those black
30-gallon one.
Yeah, those hefty bags. And she brings it out to my car. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not good. She's going to clean the car. And then she opens the door and throws the bag at me. She goes, pick up your garbage. I got to tell you, it was so embarrassing. I was so much shame. Oh my God. I felt so much shame. She could have told me, your penis has shrunk to Sean Balint lengths, and it would have hurt less. It would have hurt less than her going in my car and saying that even Sean Balint would laugh at how filthy my car has become. That's how much it hurt as I was picking up all the garbage in my car to fill in a garbage bag that she then took and walked 5 feet and put the bag in the garbage can, literally, which sits right next to my car where it's parked. I felt so low. So now, after my workouts and stuff, I grab and my water bottles and my tissues, and I don't have masks in there anymore because pandemic's ended. But I now pick that shit up on the way out of my car, and I dump it in the garbage can before I enter the house because the shame. Adam goes, how would she know Balint's penis? I doubt she knows Sean Balint's penis length. I was just trying to make an example of how much, of how bad I felt. So yeah, I felt so much shame. That's all I'm saying. It was horrible from how dirty my car was. So now I have to, but you know what? You know what this is from, Steve? You want to know what this is from? It's because she got the detail at Recon. So now her car's clean. So I'm just warning you guys. She'll now point out how dirty your car is a lot quicker. So for any of you guys listening, or any of you girls listening, that you want to get your spouse you want to get them a recon text detailing, now know they're going to judge your car a lot more because their car's recon text clean and your car isn't. So I'm just putting that out there for you. I'm just letting you know. We
need to get more Patreon listeners to pay that $5 so you can get your car detailed at Recon Tech.
Well, yeah, or I could just stop being lazy too. It would be nice if I could stop being lazy. You know what I mean? By the way, can I say thank you? I want to say thank you to Psycho Dan. Psycho Dan, and I just noticed this. Psycho Dan, listening to the show today, became a subscriber to our Patreon. Thanks, Psycho Dan. You made my day. You made my day. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I just it just popped up, and you made my day. And I will work on the new tiers if you guys would pay them. You know what I mean?
I will.
I mean, Steve, God forbid, you already go above and beyond. But I'm saying that if you guys, you would really help severely. It's not necessary, but it would mean the world to me and help pay those stupid costs, which isn't. And Nick knows, as I shared it with him. But yeah, You know, Holly says, so we don't have to look for rentals anymore. No, we're going, Holly. We don't know yet, but we're going to look at a place on Thursday. My wife and daughter are taking a look at a place on Thursday that really, really looks good. It has the good is it's perfect for what we need. It has what looks like a studio in it. And we're probably going to use, we'll probably have to use Steve and his. Steve sent me a thing about some kind of trailer or something.
Yeah, I have a car trailer. It's open, so we don't want it to rain. But I got my truck and car trailer.
Yeah, something happened to one of TJ's vehicles. He told me.
Oh,
And I know
blew up.
I know I said something about Steve or about TJ earlier, but no, I still love TJ. He just pissed me off a couple weeks ago. But I still love TJ. But no, there's something wrong with one of his cars, the one that he was going to help move me with. So I don't have any help with moving. So Steve said, "Hey, I got this trailer thing or whatever." So I'll probably have Steve help. But here's the bad news. The place that we really, really like is very close to where Jason lives. So we will basically be neighbors with Jason. We're not, I don't know how far the distance is, but I know even he said, when I told him, he goes, "Oh, that's really close to my house." He goes, "You'll be seeing a lot more of me." Which I was like, okay, because who knows? Because the way this new studio is going to be, if we end up getting this place, it could be set up differently. And who knows? I could have. I know that Sean Balint said if I get it, he goes, "I'll come up to your house and do the show live." And Nikki said the same thing. So I don't know how it will all be set up, but there might be a way for me to have co-hosts live with me in the studio, which is kind of be cool,
Nice.
which would be cool. So we'll see. Although I got to be honest, I like broadcasting with people when they're at home. You know what I mean? I like different studios, especially with Jason, because Jason has that little soundboard where he gets all those sound effects. So I'd rather have him doing that. You know what I mean? From his own studio. Adam says it'll take less time for Jason to get to me and push me in my wheelchair. You're absolutely correct. Of which, by the way, my doctor gave me a prescription for a wheelchair. And I don't know if any of you guys who've ever done that, but because I have to keep renting a wheelchair, it gets expensive to rent a wheelchair. Okay. It gets expensive to keep renting one. But my insurance isn't just going to buy me one. So with the prescription, we thought it might help. But even with, and Steve, I think you went through this, you said with your walkers or whatever, but the insurance just won't pick up the tab for that.
Oh, no, they don't.
Like they said, my cost would be, like, I still have to come up with like $1,200. It's honestly a true story. I still have to come up with $1,200 to get a wheelchair. I don't even know what a fucking wheelchair costs. But I still have to get $1,200. That's my cost of the wheelchair. You know what I mean? So it's really something. So I was hoping that the prescription would somehow cheapen everything up, but no, it's still. I don't know what these wheelchairs cost, but my end would still be $1,200.
That's
So
just
I'm
for a
like,
basic wheelchair, not a powered one.
yeah, I don't need a power one. No, my arms are
It's
fine.
just a basic.
Yeah, it's a basic wheelchair. So I thought it would be
Uh,
a lot cheaper, but I don't know what it cost.
yeah.
But that's to get a new one. So I'll look for used ones or something. See, you know, I can't afford $1,200. Jesus, that's insane. It's just nuts.
I'll just drive to the hospital and grab one and put it in my truck.
No, please don't steal a wheelchair. Please don't steal a wheelchair from me. That would be I could not live with myself if that was the case.
Well, but I'll make sure I paint over where it says St. John's or St. Mary's Hospital.
No, please don't do that. But but it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, that's why I love Fit Club. Because I go to Fit Club. This is a true story. I think I've talked about this before. I go to Fit Club every day, right? And they meet me in the parking lot with the wheelchair, and then they wheel me inside so I can go so I can do my workout. And then they wheel me out when I'm done. You know what I mean? So it's just, and while I'm in there, I wheel around my arms are fine. I wheel around myself. In fact, my left leg, after the fall I took, my left leg is back to just normal suckage, you know. It's my right knee. It's my right knee that just can't handle my weight. You know what I mean? That's where I am, you know. Like it's not both legs. Like the left leg can sort of handle my weight. It's just the right leg that can't you know, that can't properly, you know, walk for me right now. So yeah, so I hate to buy like a new wheelchair or anything. It's $1,200 is too much money.
Right.
I mean, I refuse to pay that out of principle. So I thought with this prescription now, maybe every time I rent a wheelchair, the money that I used to rent it would sort of go towards that $1,200. No. Doesn't work that way. So yeah, Holly's talking about her husband comes across used stuff. Yeah, if he ever comes across a wheelchair for fat people, let me know, Holly. If there's a good cost on it.
Yeah. We got a lot of secondhand stores in Decatur. I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah.
I know I drove by one the other day and they had a bunch of walkers outside. I was going to stop and look at them.
And I was going to try I just like to get a walker because I can't use a walker. I can't. Right. I can't use it. I don't know if the walkers are too tall or too short, or I don't even know what the problem is.
You probably need what they've been bariatric one, which it's wider.
Yeah.
So your feet, I bet you have a problem with every time you use it, you kick it, don't you? With your feet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too narrow. You need a wider one.
So I need a I need a different type of walker or a different type of to at least try it.
I know I'm about ready to buy stock in tennis balls. The damn tennis balls cost more than anything.
Because you put the tennis balls on the end of the walker or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Yeah.
Yeah. I go through tennis balls pretty quick. I have 2 walkers that have tennis balls on them, so that's 4 balls about every month.
Yeah.
They wear out quick on concrete.
Yeah, it's just
sucks.
Just try to get you. Yeah, it just sucks. I just want to wake up one day and magically be able to walk perfect again. And
no shit, I do too.
It's not going to happen, and it's just Adam says I should go to. Adam says, "Hey, should go to Walmart and borrow a scooter. Hey. Is he suggesting I steal a rascal? Hey, I was just borrowing the scooter. I forgot about it in my car. Whoops. My bad. I can't rip off a scooter from Walmart.
I've already thought about that too. I thought if I had a ramp, I'd just drive the scooter right up in the back of my truck, take it home with me.
No,
Take home.
That would be terrible. No,
Paint it up. Nobody would even know.
I like
They
that
take
you said you
carts.
go to
The homeless people take
hospital.
carts.
You go to the hospital and steal a wheelchair and then just paint over the. How are you going to just spray paint over? How people would know?
Yeah,
people
they
would
wouldn't.
know. Oh, look at that fat guy. He's got a hot wheelchair. I couldn't live with myself. I couldn't. I mean, there's already the shame. There's already the shame of being disabled. And I say this knowing
I
that
know.
Steve, you're disabled. I know that there are people that have disabilities, but there is I wish there wasn't.
Right.
But there is a shame to it. You know, I get in that wheelchair and I feel shame.
Yep.
Because I know people are saying, "Oh my God, look, he let himself get so fat."
That's just like I want to go to the state fair so bad this year. I haven't been, but I know I can't walk. So I thought maybe I could rent a scooter.
And it costs too much. It costs so much to rent that stuff.
Yeah.
Like being in the media, I always got golf carts. Like like the companies I work for would always get a golf cart.
Right.
And so I could ride around the state fair, but there's no way I could walk it.
Oh no.
Or no way, you know.
I'd be dead. I'd be dead by the time I got from my car to the front gate.
Adam says it's bad when it's an invisible disability.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would think it'd be better. I wish I had an invisible disability. You know,
but then everybody's looking at you thinking, "Why is this guy disabled?"
Well, but it's none of their. They don't need to know you're disabled. It's none of their business. But I'm saying when you're in a wheelchair, it's obviously there's something going on. You know what I mean?
Well,
I wish I had an invisible one.
It's obvious when people look at us as, "Oh my God, look at that guy." I don't know why he can't walk. Look how fat he is.
Yeah, well, that's when they see me in a wheelchair, they know. They say, "Oh, it's because he's too fat."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, look at this fat ass.
You just look at as like the people I see that take those scooters. That I'm sure they need them, but then there's some people that I know that take those scooters that don't need them. They're just lazy. And I'm thinking, you're not disabled. You weigh 180 pounds, and you're driving that scooter around.
You're saying you'll go to the store. You'll go to the store and you'll see a fat person on a scooter, and you'll say, "Oh, they don't need that scooter. They're just."
Well, not a fat person, a skinny person. They don't need that damn scooter.
I got to tell you, I have never gone into a grocery store, any kind of store, and gotten in one of those scooters, and that's why. Because all the people will do is just look at me and judge me and go,
"Right,
look at that fat ass."
I don't care. But you know what? 99% of the time at Walmart, the son of a bitch will get to the very back of the store and it'll go dead.
Oh, see, that'd be terrible.
And you have a cart full of shit. I just walk away and leave it. And the hell with you then.
I gotta tell you, I can't do it. There's no way. I just skip the store. I don't go to the store.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I first stopped going to stores because in the 90s, when the morning disaster got really big in the 90s, my wife got sick of it. We'd be in the store together and everybody'd be like, "Hey, we're here." And she would say, she'd go, "No offense, I just want to get our shopping and get out of here." And I said, "Okay." And she goes, so from now on, you just stay home. So that's when I first stopped going to the grocery stores. So it is nothing new for me not to go, but part of the reason is I don't want to deal with
there's Ray Lytle. Oh wow.
Well, because there's Ray Lytle. Oh, it's so sad. He's on his
scooter. Look at that fat bastard in a freaking wheelchair.
So fat, yeah. Anyway, good morning. You're on the Morning Disaster.
It's like apparently I'm going to be part of this show.
Oh, hey, Adam.
Yep, it's Adam.
What's going on,
But
brother?
yeah, and not a whole lot. I called because of my invisible disability.
Yeah, I think I'd
comment.
rather have an invisible. I think I'd rather have an invisible disability. You know.
Well, it sucks when people ask what you do.
Oh,
It's not their
You know,
business.
because then, you know, I used to tell people not that I was disabled. I would tell them I was retired.
Oh,
That's
there
what
you
I
go.
tell everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. I'm
I
retired.
just tell people I work from home. You know.
Yeah,
It's none
but
of
I
their
mean,
business.
you saw me at the Sliders game. I
Yeah.
look like a pretty healthy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When everything is going good.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
But-
I'd rather. But you saw me at the Sliders game. I was in that fucking wheelchair. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. I pulled it.
I know. What I'm saying is, I would rather not have been in a wheelchair because then everybody knows there's something wrong with me, and it's nobody's business what's wrong with me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, like, maybe somebody watching this show, all they do is just see me sitting here talking. They don't know what's going on. I'd
Right.
rather have them not know than know and judge and make fun of me.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, I've been disabled since I was 26.
Yeah.
I'm 40. I'm 40 now.
But you have.
I can't. I can't drive.
You have isn't it some type of
you know.
whatever it is? It's some type of. It's a neurological or whatever thing, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah. Here's what I have. I'll go down the list. I've had epilepsy since I was 14.
Oh, good Lord.
I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 24. Then I was diagnosed with clinical depression with suicidal tendencies.
Oh, wow.
At 26. So that's really what got me disability, not the diabetes and the epilepsy. But you know, when you go to McFarland for a month and a half,
right,
2 months,
sorry to hear that, buddy.
They kind of, you know, well, I
I've
mean,
been there.
it was what it was. My first wife cheated on me. I blamed myself and tried to kill myself.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So, you know, but that's in the past. It's fine. I hope she's happy. I don't care where she's at. I don't care who she's with.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad the show, what you said earlier, really touched me now, because you said the show will makes your day, and I just
Yeah, I agree with that.
that's why I do it. That's why I do it. There you go. That's why we do this show. That's
Yeah,
why.
I mean, it would be so easy for me to just be like, okay, well, I'm going to listen to all the free shows and just let it go.
Yeah,
But the show is a major part of the better parts of my day. And I believe in it so much that I'm willing to invest in it.
I thank you so much for that. That means a lot to me.
And just like today, you know, you like you said, you were running late at 8:05. I'm like, oh man, is the show going to be on today? I'm like, I'm almost ready to send you.
I'll make this promise to you right now. I would never ever. I've missed one show.
One, because your daughter was sick.
Because my daughter was sick, but I let you guys know on Facebook. I said,
the night before.
No show. Yeah. So and I would unless I've never overslept or anything. And today was late because I was playing a video game.
Yeah.
And I lost track of time. So that's the only time there's ever a problem. So and I always let you guys know. So
right, you do.
Yeah.
There's never there's never any surprise.
I was on at my usual time, refreshing Facebook until you were live.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, we're human.
Yeah.
we're late for various reasons or things happen. It's life.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. I had no idea that you were dealing with so much stuff. I really appreciate it, buddy.
yeah, and then now I'm still waiting on results for my biopsy. The team here in Springfield couldn't figure it out, so they sent it off to Mayo Clinic. And I'm hoping that by today sometime I'll hear the results.
Well, I hope it's positive. I hope it's positive news, not that it's positive for cancer. But I'm saying, I hope it's not bad. I'm hoping for the good news. And I don't know how
it gives Steve's tumor a roommate.
Yeah. I hope it's not any kind of someone I really love just had a biopsy not that long ago, and they got, I don't want to get into all of it, but they got the news back that it was negative, and it does immediately lifts a weight off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can't imagine the weight that you feel waiting for results. So
yeah. I mean, you can't really dwell on it or think about it. You just have to move on with the day, and that's why this show is so important to me.
Right.
It allows me to focus on something other than my own shit.
Yeah.
I agree, man.
I appreciate that. And bless you guys. So I promise I'm going to start working on those tiers today. I'm going to take your advice, Adam. I'm going to work on those tiers and try to get that stuff figured out. I promise.
Yeah, just give us the opportunity to give you more when we can.
Well, I appreciate it. It's very nice of you. But I guess it's almost 10 o'clock. Shit, I just looked at the time. It's almost 10 o'clock. I got to go work out.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you guys for listening.
Go get your gains.
Yeah. And I still have to, I got to throw this on my floorboard when I go drink it. And I still have an orange to eat that I didn't eat today. And I got a power bar. I'm eating a power bar on my way to workout today. So,
well, the orange might help the smell if you throw the peels on the floor of the car.
So you're saying I should just throw the orange peels on the floor?
Yeah, it'll help with the smell. It'll get citrusy.
Thank you, Steve. We always get good advice from Steve. By the way, Steve also suggested stealing a rascal from Walmart.
Yeah.
He also suggested stealing a wheelchair from a hospital. So none of your advice has been good today, Steve.
Come on.
Hey, I recommended stealing the scooter from Walmart.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, not stealing. Borrowing.
Yeah.
I just said I had thought about it.
Oh God.
Hey, it comes with a basket.
Exactly.
Really handy.
It's got a plug in. You plug it into your outlet. I leave mine sit outside probably.
Yeah, don't those things have to charge?
Yeah, you just plug them in.
Well,
if you don't have the charger, then you
you need to plug in. They just plug in.
Yeah, they just plug into the wall.
Isn't there a special cord? Don't you need the cord?
The cord's with it. The charger's built into it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think they'd make it a lot harder to steal?
Yeah. So it's not hard to steal. They're heavy. That's the problem. They're really heavy. So it's hard to lift them up in the truck.
Well, and you got to have to get them into your house.
Yeah.
You have to have a ramp.
Yeah.
If you don't have a ramp, you're screwed.
Yeah, and with how far you live from the closest Walmart, you would need a generator in the basket to power the scooter all the way there.
I don't. I would never get away with that. And I'm not going to do what Steve said, which is
I might have to check it out today.
Steal a wheelchair and then spray paint over.
I do have to go to the hospital today for some tests, so I'll check it out. See how easy they are to get out the door.
No, please don't. No, please don't check out how to steal anything. I'd rather not be involved in that.
No, you're not. I'll take care. I'll just bring it to your house after I paint it.
Oh,
Everything
for
else.
God. I could not live with myself. I want to thank
Put the
Derek.
morning disaster logo on the back of
There
it
you go.
instead
Yeah.
of whatever hospital.
I want to thank Derek from Recon Tex. I want to thank you, Adam, for calling in. I want to thank Steve for wearing his shirt.
Thank you.
I want to thank Nick and all our listeners today. You guys have been fantastic, but I got to wrap up the show. I'm already a half hour late to go get ready for workout. So we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Let's talk
Another
tomorrow.
free show starting at 8:00. You guys have a great rest of your day. So long, everybody.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.